Dessert before lunch today, totally approved. This is a Western riff on the classic chocolate chip, and you'll love her just the same. Cowboy cookies are saddling up in the Studio 5 kitchen. They are moist, chewy, and perfect for a 24th of July celebration. I'm with the lovely Elizabeth Harmer. She's joining me in the kitchen to share her recipe. It's great to see you, great to have you.
Great to be here.
Give us the backstory quickly behind these delicious cookies.
Okay, well, I have a big family. I grew up in a big family, and we always wanted treats on Sundays.
Yes.
And when I was about 12 years old, I discovered this cowboy cookie recipe in this junior league cookbook from Louisiana that my mom had. I mean, it's from the 1960s.
This is a treasure.
This is a treasure.
The pages are yellow. The cover is art. I would frame that.
Oh, every single page is just full of a lot of grease and
splatters.
Yes, lots of use.
Which gives a cookbook credibility, in my view.
Exactly.
Why is it called a cowboy cookie?
So there are a lot of variations on a cowboy cookie. We prefer, in my family, pecans, milk chocolate chips, and oats. People will add coconut. They'll do semi-sweet, but this is our preferred method.
But you can kind of go rogue, go cowboy.
Totally.
And put in whatever you want.
Go cowboy.
Go cowboy.
Exactly.
Yeehaw. All right, we're going to dive into the dough, and you say the secret lies in the vanilla.
Yes, this vanilla I discovered when we moved to Utah. It's the Blue Cattle Truck Company, and we had always gotten our Mexican vanilla in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then we discovered this one, and it is a game changer. I can't bake without it.
I feel like we should name drop because I actually had a bottle of this in my pantry before I came to know and love Studio 5 contributor Kelly Jensen.
Yes.
Her family makes this.
Absolutely. They have a gold mine in Mexico, and then it's made here locally, which we love.
Yes, and you believe that makes a flavor profile difference.
100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever bake without it.
Okay, so what goes into our dough, including that vanilla?
Okay, so we start with the butter, and then I always make double because they go so fast.
You know you're gonna want
I have
more.
Boys and girls, and they all want them.
Yeah.
And so I do butter, and then we do the white sugar and the brown sugar, the eggs, and the amazing vanilla.
Can't live without it.
I cream that first, and then I add in all of my dry ingredients, which it's the flour. One thing that I discovered living in Utah, in Texas, I used to make it with 4 cups, but I had to add a half a cup of flour.
For the altitude.
So 4.5 cups instead of 4 cups.
I hate to reference the brownie box in your presence, but I always read the brownie box like 10 times. Like,
high altitude.
Where am I? Where do I live? What do I need? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So make that adjustment.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm not particular on my oats, but I am particular on the flour. It's the Lehigh Roller Mills baking flour.
Going local. I
Truly
love it.
I can't live without that either. In fact, there was a minute I couldn't get it, and all of my recipes were going flat.
You're throwing flour in the kitchen.
I'm not kidding. It was awful. So I went down to Lehigh Roller Mills, and I picked up a lot of bags. So.
You're stocked, you're set.
Yes, yes.
So you cream it, you add the dry ingredients, hand mix your goodies that you want in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do love a KitchenAid because I feel like it mixes it so evenly, and it doesn't break up the chocolate chips or the pecans.
Now, I'm noting you like to bake on parchment paper.
I love parchment paper.
Okay.
I just feel like it makes it easy, and it cooks just perfectly. There's no brown bottom, and yeah, I just love the way that they end up.
Give us the baking instructions.
Okay, so then I like to cook, the recipe calls for 350, but I'm more of a 400 degree.
How come? You want the crisp outside?
Yes. I love, not too crisp, but I like it crisp enough. And so I'll cook 8 to 9 minutes at 400. Then I take it out and I leave it on the baking sheet for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let it rest and then transfer to a cooling rack.
That sounds like the hardest part of this recipe is letting it sit there for 10 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. My kids will be like, no, now. I'm like, no, you have to wait. The flavors have to settle.
And do these store well?
Amazing. I freeze them. I freeze, I'll roll them out. I always roll them out. This is my favorite scoop. I think it's a 24.
You go big.
I do.
It's like you're a Texas girl or
I know.
something.
I have to.
She
I
is.
have to.
She is.
So.
Oh, I can't wait to try these. And just the connection, I mean, name alone, but we can feel like we're doing something fun to celebrate the 24th of July. Thank you so much.
You're so
hey,
welcome.
Before we say goodbye, you sell freshly baked goods and you have a subscription service.
I do.
Tell us about this.
Okay, well, my son was wanting to do HXP about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and he had to come up with a fundraiser. So he said, well, Mom, you love to bake. That's your love language.
That was his fundraiser idea?
That was his
you?
Yes, exactly. So I did. We tried a bunch of recipes, and then a dear friend of mine said, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, you have to make this into a business. So we created a website and a subscription, and I deliver all over.
I love it.
3 treats a month that people sign up for, and it's a treat of the week.
Listen, if you value, we keep coming back to memories on today's show, but treats are memories, food is memories.
Exactly.
So if you value that but don't have time or skill to do it in your own kitchen, what a great idea. Where can we learn more about the subscription?
Okay, so Instagram, I'm Elizabeth Bakes Bakery.
Okay.
And then on my website is elizabethbakes.net.
Okay, we'll link you over to both from our website and share this recipe for you there as well for Cowboy cookies from the beloved vintage Junior League Cookbook.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank
and your family
you.
adaptations too. Great job.
Thank
Great
you.
job.